Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nohazania Azuri binti Azizuddin, and today my group will present about the sustainability development and environmental management. My other team members would be Nur Shafika binti Suhaimi, Nasuha binti Muhammad Nizam, Nurul Ifah binti Arif, Nadia Hazira binti Marzidin. First, let's talk about sustainability development. What is sustainability? It is an approach that requires organizations to consider interrelated impacts of their activities on the economy, environment, and society. Sustainability is concerned with the future and ability to maintain certain values over a long-term period. It is also involves decisions that address interaction between environmental, social, and economic domains, and it also requires choices that take account of equity within the society. Sustainability is based on the concept of sustainable development. The idea emerged as a response to the world's social and environmental problems. Sustainable development is a development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable development basically considers whether industrial development means progress for everyone. Next, we move on to what is environmental management. Environmental management is the management of the interaction and impact of human activities on the natural environment. Environment management accounting consists of management accounting systems and practices that provide information about the environmental impact of an organization's activities. EMA may include life cycle costing, environmental cost accounting, environmental performance measures, assessment of environmental benefits, as well as strategic planning. Environmental management accounting will include financial information on environmental costs and saving, as well as physical information about the use, flows and outcome of energy, water, materials, including waste. Environmental management system is a system that organizations put in place to manage their environmental performance. ISO 14001 was developed as a framework for EMS. They require environmental performance be measured against policies, objectives, and targets. This framework is based on the plan, do, act, check methodology, which encourages continuous improvement. There is also ISO 14005, which is relevant to management accountants, as it provides guidance for all organizations, especially SME, on how to develop, implement, and improve EMS. An EMS may include recycling system and system to monitor and control level of liquid, material, and atmospheric discharge as well as waste.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Shafika. I will proceed to explain the history of sustainability development. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Shafika. I will proceed to explain the history of sustainability development. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Shafika. I will proceed to explain. Back then, when there is indication of population and welfare growth during 1940s, sustainable development has become the interest for the long-term development. Therefore, the Massachusetts has focused on the industrial output, food production, and availability of resources using a computer simulation. It became a concern when can you imagine an economic growth without sustainability? What will happen to us in the future? In 1987, this year is known as Important Year for SD because of why? When the two pillars of social and economy has its own limitation, then it is when the third pillar is introduced for the purpose of sustainability development, which is environmental pillar. In 1988, United Nations has introduced IPCC for the purpose of determining the Earth's condition for every 5 years with the world community. In 1997, it has shown that there is a progress on the social and economic development, but unfortunately, the high economic growth in Asia and South Africa has resulted in sustainable development in unstable condition. However, due to this condition, in the year of 2000, we, the People Initiative, were introduced to align the social policy. In 2005, World Summit was held and there was 889 countries working on the Millennium Development Goals including Malaysia. Through this, it has established a concrete policies in the areas of poverty, education, health and gender equality. In 2015, climate change is still known as a challenge since the activities that may threaten the environment is still exist. By then, to reduce the excessive actions taken towards the environment, government should implement a regulations and privatized system to ensure a greening environment. Okay, as you can see here, there are two models of sustainability development. So what is exactly mean by sustainability development? Sustainability development has been categorized by three types of categories, which are social sustainability, environmental sustainability, and economic sustainability. They are meant to together between one pillar to another pillar to achieve the balance of the sustainability development. Okay, let's move on to the social sustainability. What is social sustainability? Okay, it is all related to the environmental justice, human health, education, and other important things that are related to the society. So, in social sustainability, how do the economic and environmental pillars is played to balance these three pillars? Okay, let me give an example from the business perspective. Okay, in social sustainability, we will focus on the employee retention in a company due to their skills and experience. So, how does it help the economic pillars? Okay, by relying on a skilled worker, we should know that it is profitable since they have a lot of experience and knowledge. They are expected to perform better and hence it may result that there will be economic benefits flow into the company. And then how does the social pillars benefit the environmental pillar? Since there is an effort to increase the social sustainability by human health, when people decide to have a healthy healthy eating habit, we can get the view that it can benefit the environment by reducing the toxic chemicals, reduce the global warmings, and all the consequences that may occur from the food processing. Next is economic sustainability. Okay, this is actually referring to the practices that support the long-term economic growth without negatively impact the society, such as job creation, profitability. So how does the social pillar benefit from this? Okay, if the employment rates are high, we can tell it may benefit both economy and people's social well-being. So for example, if the economy is in a good condition, the company should consider of hiring new employees for the better business function with the sufficient worker, and by this we can tell that it shows a positive impact to the society. And how does the environmental pillar benefit from this? Okay, it is well explained when the environmental pillar will be benefit when there is activity of recycling valuable materials such as electronic and textile waste. Hence, by this there is a high chance of reducing the operating cost and it will be able to avoid any excessive resource extraction. So we can tell that this is a win-win situation for both economic and environmental. Okay, last but not least, environmental sustainability. Okay, this sustainability focus on the environmental health such as water quality, air quality, and the reductions of the environmental stresses such as level of noises and the crowdedness. So how does social pillar benefit from this? Okay, we know that human health is one of the elements in the social sustainability, right? So human health is actually depends greatly on the quality of the environment, which means that if the environment is in a good condition without having a severe pollution, human health will be secured. Then, how does economic pillar benefit from this? We have to know that environment has provided natural resources to encourage economic sustainability. For example, when a company relies on the extractions of the natural resources, then there is economically sustainability that may contribute to the current economy with the continuous availability of resources. Because of what? Because when there is an effort to extract the resources by considering several factors that may not harm to the environment, that is we call as the environmental sustainability. By then, both social and economy playing a big role for the sustainability development.
Next, company sustainability report. Sustainability reports measure and communicate the economic, environment, and social impacts of an organization's activities. To produce the best external report, companies set up a reporting cycle which includes data collection, communication, and responses. Since many businesses have a sustainability strategy, to monitor and improve their sustainability performance, they select performance measures, set performance targets, and design systems. Sometimes sustainability reports are called triple bottom line reports, corporate social responsibility reports, corporate responsibility reports, social audit, or social and environmental reports. Sustainability reports also are produced by many different types of organizations. For instance, service organizations such as Insurance Australia Group and Westpac, where they improve their environmental performance by reducing the energy they consume as well as by recycling consumables such as paper toner cartridges. Also, there are government entities and not-for-profit organizations like the City of Melbourne and CPE Australia, where they produce the sustainability reports to direct attention to their environmental and social activities and performance in addition to the economic performance. Now, what is the importance of sustainability report? First, boosting employee morale. In order for companies to do sustainability work, they need the employees to help implement the work. This can build employee pride, morale, and action as they know their efforts are making a tangible difference. In 2013, a survey by consultants EY and Boston College Center for Corporate Citizenship found that more than 30% of those reporting saw increased employee loyalty as a result of publishing a report. Second, help understand opportunities and risk better. Reporting can help companies figure out what's working or not working so they can adjust plans accordingly. For instance, Singita Serengeti, a wildlife reserve and tourist destination in Tanzania, has been making sustainability reports for many years to drive its sustainability efforts. After monitoring and reporting on its water use, the company changed how it was using water across the site and since 2013 has cut its water use by more than 25%. Next, demonstrating credibility, being transparent about all the environmental, economic, and social impacts of business activities is the key to reassure others that companies are serious about sustainability. For example, we can see from the impassioned responses to the BBC's War on Waste and War on Plastic series that consumers are increasingly quick to take to social media to call out firms that are dragging their feet on tackling the big sustainability issues of the day. And next is make the world a better place, where the company are supporting non-governmental organizations for social justice, biodiversity restoration, or addressing global warming. The efforts provide a sense of satisfaction because that company is a part of a solution. Here is an example of sustainability report by Apple Incorporation. Apple company has been going green for quite some time. These are pages taken from Apple's environmental responsibility report for year 2013. Some sustainability initiatives that Apple took are making thinner, lighter, and more material efficient products which reduce carbon footprint, conserves resources, and help reduce greenhouse gas emissions produced during transportation. Also designing products with safer materials which from the glass, plastic, and metal in the products to the paper and ink in their packaging. Apple always tests products to be free from harmful substances where they submit the product's components to rigorous analysis including X-ray, fluorescence spectroscopy, and ion chromatography. They also have commitment in recycling where every Apple retail store in the world will take back Apple products for free for responsible recycling.
Next, I will proceed with the Environmental Management System or known as EMS. EMS can be implemented by a company when they comply with the ISO standard. And this is actually a part of their strategy to implement the environmental policy and to address governmental regulation. When a company wanted to adopt EMS method, they will need to refer to the ISO 14001, where ISO 14001 is actually regarding the environmental management system, where it's aimed to provide guidance and systematic approach towards the environmental management. ISO 14001 will help the company to focus on the environmental aspect and the impact that it will bring to the environment. By implementing this approach, we can say that the company will benefit a lot. For example, it will help them to improve the business environmental performance. And this performance can be increased gradually after the implementation of the environmental policy and the logical system.
Apart from that, it can also help the company to gain a competitive advantage by opening doors to a new market and give them a stable position in the industry. Now, we will take a look on who actually can implement the ISO 14001. This standard is a flexible standard where it can be used by any organization regardless of its activity or sector. For example, manufacturers, educational institutes, retail outlets, hospitals, and other organizations. There are no restrictions on where to implement the standard or where to implement the standard, meaning that it can be implemented at any time by any company size and at any location. But we need to bear in mind that the time scale for each company to implement the standard may be different because it is based on its context and size. Another fact regarding ISO 14001 is that it can be implemented upon business request or request of a client or a request of a key customer. We will proceed with the importance of environmental management system. EMS is an approach that can be used to encourage environmental protection and protect public health from the toxicity that was caused by harmful human activities. As we can see nowadays, many businesses around the world are adopting to the environmental management system because they wanted changes to a better environment. This is because they wanted to protect environment from the ecological threats such as pollution, overexploitation, habitat loss, and climate change. The first benefit of EMS is to improve business reputation and image, as it is crucial for a company to perceive a good image in the public and investor eyes because it will influence how they think and how they view the company, whether the company is operating well or not, whether they should invest in the company or not. As I can say in this situation is that a company that cares about the environmental attracts better compared to a company that solely aims for profit, as people nowadays are starting to care about the environmental more compared to the old days. And by implementing EMS, it also can help the company to organize way to get employees to engage in the environmental commitment. And besides, it also will enhance the trust of its customer, attract new clients, boost employee morale, and help the company in entering new market. Next important is in preventing pollution. Environmental management practice has encouraged numerous business entities to take steps for pollution control. For example, farmers can adopt a less environmentally harmful pesticide or cultivation crop strain with a natural resistance to pests, which can avoid river and ground pollution. And this can also help businesses to avoid any unnecessary fine and penalty for the non-compliance, which can also bring cost reduction. Lastly is minimize resources and wastage. We can observe how natural resources are being abused and wasted in the production process, and if this situation is continued, the worst scenario is that everything will be destroyed and we cannot pass down to the next generation. As a result, environmental management has become critical in avoiding this issue from worsening, as it is responsible in ensuring the resources are fully utilized efficiently and effectively.
Hi, I'm Nadia Hazira, and the next part of this presentation is the role of government in environmental management. I will explain how government can intervene to improve the compliance of companies with environmental management system. The first one is government can create a new policy package aimed at promoting and implementing environmental management and protection. As in the slides, we can see few pictures of Environment Protection Agency of United States, also known as US EPA. The main objective of this independent executive agency of the United States federal government is to provide Americans with clean air, land, and water. And how they accomplish this objective? They develop and enforce regulations. The EPA provides environmental data, assessments, and evidence to inform decision-making and implements effective regulation and environmental compliance system, while working with others to advocate for a clean, healthy, and well-protected environment and sustainable environmental behavior. The second way is government can consider making strict rules for company that does not comply with the standards. This way, companies will be more cautious when making decisions and feel obligated to follow by the rules and regulations. In Malaysia, we have Ministry of Environment and Water. They established the National Policy on the Environment, also known as Dasar Alam Sekitar Negara, DASN. The main objective of DASN is to achieve a clean environment, safe, healthy, and productive environment for present and future generations. Thus, they provide a set of rules and regulations in regards of environmental management for companies to abide by. For example, any offence of open burning under Section 29A or 29B of the Environmental Quality Act 1974 is a compoundable offence. Here is the latest example on environmental management and protection. Heliogen is a clean energy company that is transforming sunlight to create and replace fuels. Its creation, HelioHeat technology, is listed in the Times Best Inventions of 2020. So HelioHeat is a high-tech startup from Offenburg, Germany. Alright, on tackling that immense source of power from the sun, they deliver key components for power plants and enable the supply of guaranteed and flexible renewable energy such as electricity, industrial, high-temperature process heat, for example, steel production or low-temperature process heat. Heliogen's high-temperature solar technology, for the first time in history, can cost-effectively replace fossil fuels with sunlight in a range of industrial processes. Heliogen's carbon-free ultra-high-temperature process heat product was recognized in the sustainability category for its ability to decarbonize the production of cement, 24/7 electricity, and hydrogen. Now let's watch a short video of this amazing creation.
At Heliogen, we believe the future is bright. Bright enough to fuel our entire planet using the power of the sun. We've invented the world's first technology that can commercially replace fossil fuels with carbon-free, ultra-high temperature heat from the sun. At our sunlight refinery, we're also capable of transforming sunlight into clean, cost-effective fuels like hydrogen. The 24/7 low-carbon energy of the future is here, and it's made by Heliogen.
Next, General Motors, the largest US automaker, plans to be carbon neutral by 2035, but now they plan to help in environmental management by vouching to reduce carbon emissions, as they plan to release 30 all-electric models globally through 2025 as part of its efforts to tackle climate change. Recently, the Malaysian government intends to provide full exemption on import duty, excise duty, and sales tax for electric vehicles in the Malaysia's 2022 budget. The Minister of Finance Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said road tax exemption up to 100% was also given to the vehicles. So is it time for us to change to electric vehicles? I say if you have the money, then go for it because of all these exemption and benefits for electric vehicles. Lastly, the conclusion of this sustainability, development and environmental management topic. From our research and finding, we found that sustainability has become more important in the business environment. Sustainability involves taking into account more than just shareholder and customer value. Companies must adhere to the framework and put in place an environmental management system by contributing to the high-quality data needed to measure sustainability, performance, ability, and impact. Management accounting can aid in the formulation and implementation of sustainability strategies and reporting. A company that is committed to sustainability will increase the value of both its shareholders and its customer at the end of the day. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention and time.